Hello.
Good day, everyone. Hello! Dave, say hello.
Hi!
There we go.
There
Welcome
we go.
to the first AFKast, or AFKast, however you want to pronounce it. Hopefully this will be a weekly thing.
No one told me about that.
Hopefully.
Well, you got the money, didn't you?
No.
20p? Curly Whirly?
I have a curly whirly.
Are you
I like
ginger?
a curly whirly.
That's a cheap curly whirly.
Yeah, that's
It's a good deal.
it's like 19.99 price, is that?
Exactly. Well, you know about that, wouldn't you, Dave?
Oh yeah.
There's Opal
Old
Fruit
man,
Days.
dude. Oof.
For the Opal Fruit Days.
Well, on the
They
AFK
are.
Cast, we talk about any stuff. Mainly nerdy stuff, games, movies, whatever's happening at the time. Why does that keep flickering? Anyone have anything they want to talk about this week? I know Twiglet's got a few.
A few. I've got enough to last us for about 10 episodes.
I've got something that's relevant for today.
Relevant today. What seems most relevant today?
They're
Okay,
not
just a quick thing. Today is Prime Day, as some of you may have seen. Has anyone splurged on Prime Day?
Amazon Prime Day.
I guess that'll be a no then.
I saw it pop up on my phone. I was like, "What's that?" Oh well.
I looked. I didn't spend any money there. I looked.
Oh, I'm gonna have a look
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a look, but I didn't spend anything. No, I didn't spend anything. I looked though.
Amazon Prime Day. I know absolutely nothing about this, Chaz.
I spent a whopping £13.
Wow.
What'd you get, Dave?
I bought something that's actually kind of relevant. I got myself a clothes horse, as you can see in Milk's background there. Yes.
Oh,
You bought it for me.
Yeah, that was it. Well, yeah, they're normally 25 quid, and I thought for 13, like I need one. So.
It's that next minute delivery. It's here already.
Yeah, that's it.
bloody hell, same day. Christ.
Prime Express.
Amazon.
I thought you didn't have that in your area. Oh, never mind. Don't matter. It's going to Milks. Don't matter.
So what is actually Amazon Prime Day? Is it like free Amazon Prime?
No, it's just like Black Friday, basically, again. Because
Just a lot
Well,
of cheap deals, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, penis. So I missed it.
Mainly on like Amazon's shit though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh.
they do it, but it's for like everything that's decent is like
Uh-huh.
tablets, Amazon Echo, Alexa crap, Amazon Fire Stick,
Amazon
stuff
Nest.
like that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
looking at it. It's like 33% and 40% off all the Echo Dots and
Yeah.
things they got there.
Yeah.
eBuyer have actually joined onto this, but obviously Prime Day is sort of an Amazon thing, so their thing is called Optimus Day.
See, that sounds better. I like that more. I don't know why.
Well, we're taking
I
the
like
piss at
it.
it. It's Prime, isn't it? They're doing Optus Prime. They're doing the other half of it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
just get
there
that.
he's got it.
Oh, dear.
Anyone who's listening right now, if you can hear us okay, just let me know. Let me know if anyone's too quiet or anything like that. This is obviously our first day in testing things.
Yeah. Hello.
So any feedback would be great. Just ignore him though.
What have I done?
Yeah, ignore that guy. That one. Actually, where am I on that? Hang on, let me. a
Okay,
look.
Twiggy, you're
Oh, he's there. Ignore that guy.
Like that. And then you got Dave here, then Milk above me.
Hello.
And so, Ryan, am I to your right?
You are to my right.
Because you're to my left. Can we do like a handshake?
See you way, Dave.
Well, for me, it's fine, but that's.
What? No, it's
Yeah.
not fine. Other way. Yeah, Ryan's a bit quiet, but the other... Ryan's quiet. Fuck
I'm
off.
quiet? What do you mean I'm quiet? Okay, hang on.
Oh, don't encourage him.
Don't encourage him.
him. Thank you, Slayers.
You guys fine. Cheers. I'm seeing a lot of tablets here on cheap over, just as Raf brought a lot of tablets for the selfie grams. That's a lot of money we missed out on.
Should we look at them three? There's
That
four.
booze.
Three. Four of us don't. I know you can't count, but like,
He's
come
Norwegian.
on. One. Just think of shapes. It's four shapes, four squares. Come on.
4 shaped 4 squares.
Or is Dave too ginger for you to see?
Blinding.
I knew this was a bad idea.
He's that ginger. He's just irrelevant.
My camera wasn't difficult to find. I just thought, no, they're just going to make ginger jokes, so I'll just say it's difficult to find.
Well, you should have seen the picture I would have put up if you hadn't had your webcam.
Yeah. Really? Is it one of my genuine portraits that hasn't been modified in any way?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe it's been cropped a little bit, and maybe like blurred to give it an aesthetic look. But other than that, it's exactly how it was.
Yeah, it's just sharpened a little. We're artists. We like to bring out the pure beauty that's actually in the picture.
I see.
What, Dave?
You try to signal if you like that.
Sorry.
Signal for help.
I tried to bring it, but obviously touching it turns it off. I was like, oh,
Yeah, that's a quality premium like that.
As you can see.
I don't see you there with your touch like dickhead. Look at that.
Okay.
I don't need a touch slice.
For people who don't know, Twig's got an estate in Spain, and look at that, he's got a little light on his thing.
For fuck's sake.
It's got a 4-acre vineyard.
You might see his butler go past in the background.
His family is actually the owner of Barefoot Wines.
Barefoot Wine.
By the way, we're not sponsored by Barefoot, but if you listen,
Oh.
If you're listening, it's delicious and refreshing.
I'd say it's great. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't even like wine.
Me neither, but if they want to give us money to promote them, then...
Ooh, 54% off some bathroom scales.
Some what, sorry?
Bathroom scales, apparently.
Oh, okay. Surgery.
Fucking hell. 71% off Oral-B electric toothbrush. Was £280. Now £80.
Who spends
That's still quite a lot. Oh, no, what?
Hey, you could for-
Oh,
for
nice. Thank you, Claire, for following. I don't know why you're enjoying and following this right now. We haven't really gotten into anything good yet. We've just been rambling.
Cheers for following up. Appreciate it.
And by the way, that War Nice thing is it's actually Dave
So it's Dave,
to
isn't
my
it?
left.
Our main man, Dave.
This is really weird. People
He-
pointing.
He's a perfect sound effect machine.
See, that's the thing. On my camera, it's left.
Yeah, on the stream,
Fuck.
Dave's below me.
Yeah. No. I point left, but he's actually on the right.
It's going to be different for everyone.
For some reason, my camera switches.
There's a bit of a...
Your
Mirror
camera
effect.
switches.
Yeah, no, so when I'm looking at myself on Discord, my microphone's on the left-hand side. But when I'm looking on the actual stream, the microphone's on the right-hand side, so I just need to use the microphone as a reference.
Yeah, I've got the same thing. And for me, Milk's is inverted as well.
Well, these are straight images that I'm getting from Discord, so this is what I'm seeing.
Oh. Okay, so Dave, you got an innie or outie?
An innie.
What
What is that? What is that eyebrow? Oh, he's one of those.
Oh,
is he? Oh.
yeah.
He's one of those.
Oh, don't think I could be friends with someone like that. Oh dear.
I always thought you were more of an outie, to be fair.
Hmm.
It's kind of a shock to the system, that.
Alright. Big old innie.
Twig, please, for the love of Christ, give us a topic.
Yeah, okay. I was right. So I'm going to start with this one because I found it kind of interesting. So basically, actually, for those who don't know, I go to university, and basically this year they elected a guy called President of Activities. He's the guy who sort of runs all like the clubs, the societies, and stuff like that at the university. And this guy, he put forward to say like a committee type thing for all the unis across England to introduce esports into curriculum and like competitions like for uni sports, to introduce it into the sports curriculum at uni for like clubs and stuff. I was wondering, well, basically, yeah, they were going to start setting up like tournaments for different games like Overwatch, Counter-Strike, League of Legends, and not only just the popular games. He wanted to put money into like funding smaller esports games or games that don't really have an esports following. He wants to try and build one, I guess, kind of like TF2, I guess, something like that. I just didn't know what you guys thought, if that's a good thing that they're introducing esports into also curriculum as well, like a course about esports. So like the business side or the journalistic side, or even like hosting, like running an esports event. Like, I was wondering what your guys' opinions would be on that, if you had any.
Well, Dave seemed to approve. He was already clapping.
Yep. Okay, so with me, obviously, that's good, but I mean, there's a lot of controversy about it. But my only concern is, do you still have to wear PE kit to sit down at the computer? That's what I'm thinking. You know, you getting the old stretches this and the other. Pop on your PE top and your PE shorts and just be like.
Well, like they were actually, funnily enough, with this funding, they were actually going to fund my uni would have a team, so like they would have obviously team jerseys, and I got in touch with this guy because I was really interested. I'd like to either be a player. I don't know if I'm good enough, but we'd see. Either a player or an organizer, someone who'd help obviously organize the event. And he was telling me how there would be funding to get like jerseys and team sort of logos and stuff and to advertise, but stream it on Twitch, like uni tournaments streamed on Twitch to the internet for people to watch. Big tournaments to be streamed in like the bars and stuff around campus, stuff like that basically. I thought it was really interesting. Like, I just didn't know if you guys thought it was good to it's a good thing that the game is becoming sort of that relevant, I guess, if that makes any sense.
That's very...
Sorry,
Go on, Dave.
No. I was just going to say, I like the idea on paper quite a lot. But yeah, it's just, I don't know if esports is just currently big enough to actually have uni courses for it. Like I heard a while back they were sort of like trying to get esports into the Olympics, I think, weren't they?
Yes.
If they can do that,
awesome.
then yeah, I go for it. But I can just see a lot of people signing up for that. So we're just thinking, oh yeah, that's an easy course.
And in my league to a dead end.
David Beckham or something. Yeah, and it's just
it's
worth
because I had a conversation with someone the other day who said that would be if it was like, let's say, a uni course that obviously you paid for these, you go into debt to do these courses, unless you've obviously got the money, but not many people do. But basically you go into debt to do these courses. And the guy who I was talking to, he said that if it's a course literally to be an esports gamer, that's a waste of money, because the best way to get good at and to be an esports competitor is just play in your own sort of realm, I guess, all the time. But he said if it was journalistic or business, so by business he means like running it, organising it, being a part of the team, that like ESL or whatever, esports league.
Yeah.
He says then it's a good thing, in his opinion.
Yeah, because obviously, for example, people think going to university to learn actual education, just pretty much. But if it's just going to be like, oh yeah, sit down, play this game for a couple of hours, not really learning. But
you say that, but then you got normal sports like football. Are you learning playing football? You're just learning a game.
But do people actually go to uni just to learn football? Isn't it sports science?
It's like sports science, physiotherapy, stuff like that type of thing. It's like a broader spectrum. It's not just centralized on one thing. Because
obviously they learn about all the different. Well, I don't know into too much detail, but different muscles, bones, stuff like that. You actually learn about the human body instead of just popping on your PE kit and be like, oh, kick this ball around for 5 hours.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Well, so then is that the aspect of the esports in the university as well? It's not just sitting down and playing a game; it's also learning about the culture itself as well.
Yeah, that's it. It's like the business side of it. It would be the culture, how to actually run and organize an event of a scale of like ESL would do, stuff like that. How to actually do a stream of that scale, so like broadcasting sort of knowledge, like learn switches and all the rest of it. Kind of like OBS, like you'd learn OBS but on a hardware scale and a much bigger scale.
So it's not just sitting down learning how to play a game good. It's you're learning how a business runs. It's how it all runs, and especially esports is quite big, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's a big avenue to find work in.
Yeah. See, my opinion of it was I really like the idea, because there's actually 3 unis in the UK at least that already do esports as a course. They're all business side, so it's like being in a broadcasting studio, running the stream, how to actually sort of like bring an audience in. So it's learning the culture, the business aspect, running the actual event. So it's actually knowledgeable, and you can also take like broadcasting stuff. You can take that into TV, for example, potentially. So stuff like that. That's what I think it's a good thing, basically.
See,
So
I was saying it is a good thing, but the only problem is, for some reason these days, newer generation people understand about gaming, but the older generation don't. For example, how much did Fortnite get broadcast around the TV because someone played it for many hours and then didn't go to the toilet? Seriously, come on, look. If you die, have a 5-minute break, have a quick wee, come back, done. But I mean,
don't break your monitor.
I know, I've only done that once.
Pissed on it.
No, I didn't piss on it.
Is this how you raise Twig? You just piss around your room. Oh, I'm so angry!
Well, you just can't hold it in anymore. It goes everywhere.
He gets very territorial when it comes to that sort of stuff. No, but I mean, all in all, how much Fortnite is actually, got a bad reputation because of these. Well, it's a free game, so it's easy accessible, but it's got a bad name because of stupid, silly people. Seriously, I'm an adult. No, children mostly.
Oh.
For example, the child pissed us, him or her, I don't know who it was, but pissed themselves because they were playing Fortnite. They couldn't even bother to get up. It's not the game's fault. They're just lazy.
Okay.
It's true. And obviously, but I think it was on BBC Breakfast or something in the UK about that. Jad saying is this game Fortnite is taken over all our children. It isn't taken over. It's personally, I think it's quite a shit game. But I mean,
well, it's okay. I think it's a good thing because, like Milk was saying, it's getting popular. It's growing. It's always growing. It's constantly growing. It's going to be gaming is getting bigger and bigger and bigger in general. And it's not only is it good for gaming esports is getting recognized in even universities, for example, it's also a good social thing. So obviously there's tons of people who do, for example, gaming courses at my university. Obviously I'd say, let's just say if there's 10,000, if only 10% of that 10,000 esports, that's 1,000, right? My maths isn't the best. That's 1,000, right?
No, that's right.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Let me get our calculator in.
No, 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3. Quick maths.
Exactly. Where was I? Yeah, as I was saying. Wait, what was I saying?
Talking about how you failed maths GCSE.
Yeah. So even if there's 1,000 people, that's still a good social environment for those to share, just talk about esports and just meet with people, make new friends, stuff like that. I think it's also a good social aspect. That's basically what I'm trying to say, in my opinion.
Also, like I said before, it's learning the business side of things, and most subjects that people choose in university, it's never usually the way, some people go psychology, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be a psychiatrist. They might feel whether they change and they move over into a marketing aspect of psychology, because now maybe want to decide to go in marketing, whether they all branch off differently. And so learning esports, learning the business, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go into esports business. They can later decide maybe I don't want to go in esports, but that business knowledge they've learned from esports, they can move into another venue. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because didn't you do something similar to it? Because you were planning, was it you were going into programming, but then you decided to branch off into the artist side of things?
Yeah.
And I can imagine you can find different branches of that as well going into the esports thing, whether it doesn't mean it's something you're dedicating going for, you're still learning skills for other stuff.
Yeah.
It could help some people whether to learn because they can concentrate more, because it's also a hobby of theirs, gaming as well. They can learn business and be more focused because it's also
something they enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that they said they were going to do, obviously, so not only are they introducing it to the curriculum, or want to anyway, introduce it to the curriculum side of the university, they want to introduce it obviously to the clubs and the sort of, so for example, the SU, which is the Students' Union, they would hold an event for a different club or society. So for example, tabletop, there's a society called Tabletop, tabletop games, as you would know, Cluedo,
D&D.
Monopoly, stuff like that, D&D, stuff like that. They hold, every Thursday, they close down a section of the Student Union for people to meet up and talk about stuff like that and play tabletop games. So it's a place to meet up and chat for about 3-4 hours, have drinks, food, stuff like that. So they give them their own space for one day a week. Happens with other clubs and societies as well. So they were also trying to introduce esports into that as well. So like put esports and also hold tournaments for people to join to face against other universities that have esports teams, because there's apparently quite a lot more than you would think. There's a lot of universities have esports teams and already have esports in the Students' Union part of the university. So I don't know. I think it's good overall. I may be biased because I like esports, I like games, but I think it's a good thing. Like I really do. So
I think it's a clever idea because it's a business that people go into, and the problem is whether people sometimes leave university not fully qualified to go into the business they want to. And let's say esports was something they wanted to go to, and they did like a business tree, but they weren't quite. It's not quite attuned to what they wanted it to be, and they'd be less likely to accept it. Or whereas whether you had the esports qualification versions, that would be more likely to be acceptable. For it's going to be easier to get people into the business, and it's just and I'll just make esports flourish even more.
Flourish.
Yeah, totally agree. I think there was one more thing I wanted to say about this.
Actually, that's what Slayers said, literally, about esports. Like, it'll be a huge thing in 5 years. That's what I mean. It's only just becoming popularised, mainly, isn't it?
Maybe. I think it's just a thing that's on the climb, and
that's what I mean. It's only recently just became for example, like 10 years ago, like on. This is one of my sort of topics that actually does tie into it. Sort of like, like I was looking at the World Cup and I was thinking, what are the odds against Croatia and France? I was and then it went to esports, and I'm like, you what?
Yeah,
and you can actually bet on esports. And I'm just thinking,
you can bet on anything. To be fair,
no, but I mean, about 5 years ago, you wouldn't see that on Bet365. We're not sponsored by them, but if you're watching, you know.
Oh, Sky Bet, go on.
Yeah, go on Sky Bet.
If you go to Bet365 now, you can get free £15 when you spend £5.
Put the AFKast in the reference bar, whatever. But, I mean,
use our affiliate link.
Yeah, there you go.
but that's the thing. It's just sort of like 5 years ago, you'd never see that in Coral or a betting place or Paddy Power.
You are right. Yeah, you wouldn't. But it's like esport. Like for example, the last Counter-Strike tournament, the last big major, was shown on ESPN, which is a sports channel in the US and in the UK now. So I think that's kind of crazy. Like it's on mainstream TV now.
How much was the pot for it?
What prize money you mean? $5 million.
Man. See, look, in terms of skill, I'm shit. Dave's shit than me. Twig's the best, and Milk, he can be good. Well, to be fair, Milk's better than me. So in terms of it's from good to bad, Twig, Milk, Dave.
I'm going to say I was good 15 years ago, and I'm going to leave it at that.
But you'll be better than me. Dave, Mr. over there, he's just If anyone's worse than me, that's the worst thing in possible human history.
Yeah, I'm so glad I joined to do this. Are we nearly done? Like this finishes at 9, doesn't it?
Dave, you're staying on, fam. You're gonna touch toes.
You gotta support the team.
Yeah,
exactly.
Do you want me to move on to another topic?
Yeah, go for it. I think we pretty much divulged as much as we can out of that.
Yeah. Right. So another topic that I think Dave might be passionate about. I think Milk, especially Dave as well, actually.
Me?
So, like for example, in the news about 4 days ago, there was the gaming news. This is gaming again. There was talk about the skin in Overwatch. It was a Mercy skin. It was raising awareness for breast cancer in various. So everyone who bought the skin, all the money that was used went straight to breast cancer charity. And I was wondering if you guys think that's a good way to market skins, or if you just think skins in games are not a good thing. Because that skin was, what was it, like, I think it was like £12. So it's an expensive skin, but it was all for charity. So it's got like, it's expensive, so it's like, you what? But it's also got a good deed behind it. So I don't know if you think that's a good thing, or if you still think that's BS. It shouldn't be that expensive, basically. and it raised, I think it was like 12 million, I think, for charity. So.
Well, there you go. They obviously do the numbers beforehand, and so you might say, well, what if you made it cheaper? More people may have bought it, but they've obviously done the numbers because they've sold. If they made 12 million's worth, that's insane. But if it's for a good cause, it's fucking great. Do it as long as they're not taking a cut themselves.
Yeah.
Because this is one reason that Warner Brothers pissed me off with Middle Earth. Hello?
Oh no, sorry, everything locked up there, but I'm fine now.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave's good, I think.
Okay, can you move, Dave?
He just looks like a little needle.
Oh, am I back?
Oh, are we back?
Hello, Dave. Oh, there you go. He's moving.
Hey, the needles finally moved. Anyway, I'll talk about the subject last because I want to hear your guys' opinion, and then I'll just bang in with what I think. Oh,
why did that move?
Milk's face is of like disgust. Like you are.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there.
There's back.
Dave. It's all right. Tell you what, Dave. Do you want to indulge a little bit? Like, what do you think about Steve's?
I would have preferred it if they did it like they do the Humble Bundle. You know, if they sort of said that there's minimum price of X amount, but you know, if you want to pay more, then you can, and you know, perhaps you get like 2 skins if you pay more or whatever. But yeah, I think like 12 quid. That's a lot for a skin.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it had been like 5 quid, I would have probably bought it. But yeah, 12 quid. Just personally, I think that's too much.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair.
I appreciate it's for a good cause, but
no, that's fair.
again,
It's just your opinion.
A bit too much.
I'm sort of I'm sort of like same with Dave, but not at the same time. It's because I'm a cheap ass. That's why. But I mean, it's just sort of like
I didn't buy it because I don't play the character. Here we go.
12 quid for an in-game cosmetic item.
But at the end of the day, but the reason it actually got bought is because it is actually for a good cause. Obviously, if it was a normal skin, not for a good cause, and if, for example, if they're like a corrupt company, I said. Anyway, listen, if you watch it, please don't sue.
Don't want any lawsuits.
Yeah,
allegedly, just say allegedly before everything, it'll be fine.
But that's the thing. It's just sort of like because it's for good cause. Obviously,
allegedly good cause.
People.
Sorry, go on.
People will pay more money if it's for a good cause. To be fair, I would actually. If it was like if I saw the skin and I'm like, how much is it? 12 bloody quid? Nah, fam. But
there's games already out there which do skins for 12 quid, not for charity. Like, especially like certain free-to-play games, they can be like stupidly expensive just for simple things.
Yeah, but free-to-play is pretty much like, you know, you have to pay to progress or get something good in the game. But I mean, if it's a game where you buy, 12 quid is a little steep for a normal cosmetic. But for a good cause, I can sort of justify that.
Mm.
That's what I mean. It you know, if I played Overwatch, well, to be fair, let me tell you this, all right then. So obviously,
sorry, I have a thing.
Back in the day, I used to play a lot of Overwatch for you guys, and I enjoyed it so much. And then when I do decide to install it, you guys don't play it, so I uninstall it. And then when you guys play it once, I install it, and I'm like, oh guys, you want to play Overwatch? Nah, shit game, mate. And I'm like. So I uninstall it again.
Well,
yeah, that makes it look kind of bad, doesn't
it? Okay. So Milk agrees. It's like you said, it was a good thing, didn't you, Milk? For a good cause type of thing.
Yeah, as long as all the money's going towards the charity, I'm fine with it. That's all I care about. It's just a cosmetic at the end of the day, and you know, it's nothing game breaking. Like I said, I had the issue when Middle Earth, I don't know if you heard of this, when they did, they sold a DLC because one of the developers died during the development of the game, and they released a DLC and they actually put him inside the game as a character. But you had to buy the DLC. I think it was like £5 or maybe $5, whatever thing was. And they said all the money was going towards the family, which was pretty cool. So it's like, okay, I respect that. But it turns out that not everywhere the money went to the charity. Like, it was only a handful of states, and I think there's a big handful of states in America where the money didn't go to charity. It went straight to Warner Brothers, and everywhere else, Europe and all that, all the money went straight to developers. And that's mainly because of charity reasons, well, because they're not registered as a charity. So, for example, Overwatch, Blizzard have only been able to do this because they've registered as a charity. But Warner Brothers is too lazy to register as a charity, so only, I think it's like 38 states of America, the money that's paid actually went to the charity for the family. But everywhere else, the money went straight to them, even though they said all money went to a charity. That is bullshit. Especially because when you say it's going to charity, that encourages people to buy it. You know, people bought 1 million of these Mercy skins, $12 or £12. That's expensive, but people did it because they know it's supporting charity. It's the reason it pushed them to do it. No one complained. But when they did it in Middle Earth and they lied about it, and like people bought it because it's money going to charity support. But if you're outside those states of America or anywhere else in the world, that money's going straight to Warner Brothers just because they're too lazy to register as a charity, and that's fucking bullshit. And that's another reason why Middle Earth pissed me off. The second one, was it Shadow of War?
Yeah.
So to be fair, that is really bad, to be honest. If it's like, going to go to the family of the, one of the, was it people on team?
Yeah, one of the developers.
One of the developers, it's going to go to the family. That is actually that is one of the best things I've ever heard. But it's just how greedy some companies are. If they were actually 100% willing to do that, definitely 100%, register for a charity. But obviously, being too lazy, this, that, and the other, it is very disrespectful, to be honest. And hope they learn from their mistakes.
You're all right, Ryan.
I am.
Okay, all right.
No. To be honest, it's bad. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, it is. But it sounds like you're chatting shit.
Just one thing I want to add.
Okay.
Well, I've just done a very quick Google search here, and I think this is the right charity. I just want to say the CEO of that charity, allegedly, her salary is $684,000 a year.
Oh, fuck it then.
Oh,
yeah, it's reasons like that why I have a little problem donating to charities.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. A lot of charities are like that, and I've worked for a few charities in my lifetime, and I understand where some people need to be paid. They can't, the whole charity business can't be volunteered. But
yeah,
but when someone's getting $684,000 a year, that's just bullshit.
Yeah. If you give me a second, I'm going to change the trousers into shorts because I'm boiling.
Just take your trousers off.
I was going to say, is this one of those
own devices?
strip podcasts? Okay. Get it off. Oh, he's walked away.
So can I intertwine in this a little bit then?
Yep.
I'm backpedaling a little bit. I'm sort of segueing backwards. But
that's how the founder died, didn't he? The creator.
But so a few of you say, like Ryan said, it's a good cause, but he's a tight git. Milk says good cause, it's a good thing. It's justifiable. Davey thinks it's a bit too expensive. But as a skip, that's for a skin, right? So I had this thought. What if, right, it's all for charity again, same price, let's say £12, but it's a loot crate. What's your opinion then? Is that bullshit? Or is that...
Does it guarantee anything?
No.
So it's just the same as a normal loot crate, which you can buy for like £1 for...
Yeah, but actually, no. Okay, this loot crate has, let's say, that skin in it, that Mercy skin, but it comes with all the other junk that you can get as well. You can only buy one of them, let's say.
I was muted, but absolutely not.
That's bullshit.
So that's bullshit. So you wouldn't buy it if it was.
Yeah, but hang on, it's the same thing, surely, because just getting a little bit more, you're getting the mercy.
No. You don't get the mercy.
No, it's not guaranteed for mercy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's just a waste of money then.
Bullshit.
Even if it's for charity.
Literally, Twig. When you said that, literally, it just gave me conjunctivitis. That's how horrible that idea was.
Oh yeah, well, I'm just wondering, like, if you guys would see it as a good thing. I see it as a bad thing. Don't get wrong. I think I'd be like, that's bullshit. Hell no. I would never do that. I would never pay £12 for a blue loot box. Put it that way. I don't buy £1 ones out of CS:GO.
I do.
Oh,
Literally, whenever I get a loot crate, like literally with CS:GO, I only hopped on it for like I would say an hour the other week with just playing against friends, and I saw that I had a crate, and I'm like, I'm putting money on this. I literally just put £4 on the game, brought myself a key, got the shittiest skin ever, and I went, no regrets. I'm done. Just carried on.
Yeah, no regrets.
I absolutely hate loot crates. I just hate the concept altogether, so attaching it to anything, I'm going to hate it.
I think I may have spent over like £300 on crates. I seriously have so much bloody...
You're like a villain from an animated film or something.
Super moist.
Is that your villain name?
Yeah. I'm not just moist. I am super moist. Come anywhere in my proximity, you're tripping over, fam.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, next, whatever.
Next topic.
Next topic. I'm just chatting about how moist I am.
Anyone else have any other topics, or is it just down the moon?
I've already used my topic.
Did Milk have any?
I was going to prepare stuff, but then I got distracted setting up this thing, and then I ran short on time. One thing that did pique me today was this is kind of maybe more of a me Ryan conversation because it's something we're passionate about. Is they're actually doing a Metal Gear Solid film?
Ooh,
okay.
And well, I don't have a really good opinion on fucking games to films. It is, they're usually fucking terrible. So I'm not filled with great comments as it is. And to be fair, Metal Gear Solid in itself is basically a giant epic fucking film in itself. And and
see, if it's a feature-long film of 16 hours, I would watch it. But turn a Metal Gear Solid in to maybe a 3-hour film, they will not have enough. Because Metal Gear Solid in itself, it's one of those games where, you know, it's all about the mystery of the game. I'm thinking, what's going on? What is that? Why you got bees around you? How are you killing those bees with your revolvers? You know, it's one of those games that is just absolutely ridiculous, but I love it.
Do you know who's starring in it?
I don't know yet. I know the director is the same director who did the recent Kong film, Skull Island.
I want it to be David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff in a box.
So I saw someone mention Keanu Reeves, and after John Wick, I could maybe go for that.
Yeah. Okay, Keanu Reeves with the bandana.
Yeah, but I imagine he's quite expensive. Like, is this like a massively big budget film?
I'm not too sure because I haven't looked too much into it. I just remember seeing it, and because I remember the director saying apparently he's fucking got a fucking hard on for the story that they got going. Like he's like this is like the best thing ever. I'm loving this. I'm jizzing all over it. Just full of jism. Love it. That's from what I've read at least.
That's really what you want in a film covered in jizz.
But that's probably just a lot of hype. Really,
Wait,
let's just try and build up hype. Exactly. But apparently Hideo Kojima is actually assisting in the script as well.
Okay, so that fills me with promise.
Yeah, because I was a bit worried about it first. I thought Kojima's not going to take part because they're split with Konami. Because obviously to do the film, they got to get rights from Konami. But by the sounds like Kojima is assisting with the script, which Because I was worried, because when I read the article, the director kept saying, well, this is brilliant, this is going to be really true to Kojima and stuff like that. I was like, is it really? It's only true to Kojima if he's part of it. But from what I've seen, he is actually part of it. But again, I see it really hard to fit a Metal Gear. Like I said, my faith in games to films is terrible as it is. But over Metal Gear Solid to film in like an hour and a half or 2 hour film, I'm not feeling it. Although, as much I would love to see a Metal Gear on screen in decent CGI, would be fucking awesome.
See, if he was ever going to go like game adaptation, that and the other, with something especially like Metal Gear Solid, episodic, as in seasons, I would like that because you can actually fit a lot more. It may be like, blah blah blah, but that's my personal opinion.
Well, to be honest, I think a lot of games would work better as episodes.
Yeah.
Has a game been turned into a series yet?
There was Resident Evil.
Was there a Resident Evil series? Was it an animated series, wasn't there?
Well, no, there's been like a dozen. There's been like a dozen odd Resident Evil films.
Yeah, so you got the Resident Evil films starring.
I'm talking like an episodic series.
No, there's not. I think they was thinking about an episodic series, but I mean, all I know from the Resident Evil, like the only CGI ones that I know, the true CGI is Degeneration and the newest one that came out. By the way, has anyone seen that?
No.
Seen what?
The new CGI Resident Evil film. It's got Leon and Chris in it. It's fucking amazing.
I haven't seen it. I've seen a clip of I think it's Leon doing some fucking with pistols and shit.
No,
doing some gun cat, I think it was.
Okay, I don't exactly really want to spoil it, but all I'm gonna say, the ninja karate gunplay, this, that, and the other that Leon does, and next thing you know, you see Chris coming in punching boulders. It's fantastic. Actually, you know what? I want to watch it again.
What year was that released?
Hey, Jofo. It was actually released last year.
It's called Vendetta, wasn't it?
Vendetta.
Hey, Jofo. Hey, Phoenix.
You got Jofo and you got Phoenix Stump. But I'm saying, the Resident Evil films, as in the one that stars Mila Jovovich or Jovovich or...
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
I actually like her.
Oh, yeah. She's pretty...
Yeah, she's getting on a bit now, though.
Yeah. But anyway...
but Dave...
See those films? I loved the first one because it was the first, no matter how bad it was, I loved it.
It was Resident Evil.
It was Resident Evil. When I was younger, I was sort of like, I love playing Resident Evil. And then seeing a film of it, and I was just sort of like, oh, beautiful. The Resident Evil 2 came out, Apocalypse, which starred the Nemesis. Yeah, the old guys with no guns, rocket launcher and minigun in the other hand. Yeah, that one.
BMW.
Yeah, bioorganic weapon. I know a lot about Resident Evil. But the one when it started the thing, and then from 3 onwards, they start copying the games too much. So Resident Evil 4 and 5 have got the old just got the heads, and they got the fucking wiggly things coming out of it. They started doing that in the film.
Okay.
Did ruin it a little bit. For example, Wesker in Resident Evil 5. He's all about the old... They put that into one of the films.
Oh, okay.
But I'm very excited about the Resident Evil 2 remake, though.
That
is one of the things
I
have been wishing upon everything. Oh my God, Milk's got the trailer up.
So are they just straight up remaking it?
Yeah, they're straight up remaking
it.
Yeah,
it's not like a remaster, it's a little bit better looking, it's straight remake.
Oh, so it's a game remake, not a film remake.
Yeah, game remake.
Yeah, game remake. So obviously, the UI of Resident Evil 7 with the boxes. Let's just say that. If you play Resident Evil 7, the UI instead of like the old Resident Evils, the ones I've been streaming recently, it pauses the whole game, puts you in a whole different menu, takes 17 seconds to load your stuff, and then back out, and then you're back in the game. But Resident Evil 7, you actually do it on the fly. So the game's still playing in the background, but you see the inventory whilst the game's actually playing. They've they've pretty much implemented the Resident Evil 7 system of the inventory, but absolutely updated, Resident Evil 2 a whole. So it's not first person, which I hated in Resident Evil 7. It wasn't a Resident Evil game. If it was titled something else, it would be different. But to me, it wasn't Resident Evil.
So, was number 7 the one where that was a person sucking off a giraffe? If you know what I mean.
Oh, no, I know.
You what?
No, that was 6. That was number 6.
No, okay. See, Twiglet knows what I mean.
I know what you mean.
No. Number 7 was the first person murderous family. The only reason I thought it wasn't Resident Evil, it had Resident Evil character in it, which is Chris, right at the end. But I mean, Resident Evil was all about the zombies, the virus, this, that, and the other. But it was just sort of like, oh yes, I get what you mean. But it was all about, the zombies, this, that, and the other. But number 7, it didn't have zombies. It was just sort of just like, 7 was hillbillies.
I liked it. I liked 7. I thought it went a different direction, and I liked it. I liked that direction.
Yeah, that was one that was much more like a horror game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like.
No, I did play that briefly.
It looked a good game to me, but it didn't look like a Resident Evil game.
That's pretty much what I was boiling down to. But I think I took 20 hours to get to that point. And by the way, Joe Fo, lovely joke.
That's the type of joke that tickles Ryan, right?
No, but I mean, so my point is, if they slapped a different name on it, it wouldn't disappoint me as such.
Okay, going back a bit, by the way, do you know how you were saying right now, how or someone was saying that is a TV show ever made, a game ever been made into a TV show?
Yeah.
Well, this has taken like years to get off the ground, but they finally confirmed a Halo TV series to start.
Oh yeah, that's been going. It's been cancelled and gone again and cancelled so many times.
Yeah, apparently it's got like the funding to go forward now or something.
I would like to see that done properly because I do like the universe of Halo. Like I've fallen out of touch with Halo games. Whether like I loved the originals and about 3, and afterwards I just drifted away from them. But I do like the universe of Halo. So if they did a good series, I would be interested.
All right, there's a question by Pelican for you.
So third person, would it still? Yeah. No. What? Okay, no. It's Resident Evil 7, but third person, still not Resident Evil game. It was not Resident Evil themed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it had Chris at the end, be like, I'm Chris Redfield. He looks different in every single game. You're not Chris.
Nice. Thanks, Joe Fo, for following. I hope you're enjoying whatever crap we're talking about. Carry on, Ray.
But that's the thing, obviously, with Resident Evil 7, it's no matter if it's third person, first person, 25th person, it's second cousin, twice removed person. It's still not a Resident Evil game in my eyes. But Resident Evil 2, going back to the old roots, that's third person, over the shoulder, boulder holder looker. Brilliant.
Hi, what's your name?
Tarator Choto.
Oh, I still call you Choto.
I presume so. I have made it sound like a red Indian.
Haratori Misurugin.
Mr. Alligator.
Right.
Mr. Robato.
I've got
Tarator Choto.
Oh,
nice.
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 Mr. Jofro.
I think we just, I don't know if we pleased him with the way we've been pronouncing his name, but he has followed. Thank you for following, Tarator Choto.
It's for milk and cucumbers in Bulgarian, apparently.
It's Bulgarian for milk and cucumbers. Wow. I don't know how you knew I liked cucumbers.
Sure, there's a joke in there somewhere.
I like the way I'm actually called Just Ryan here. I'm Just Ryan.
I'm adopting it. I like it.
Yeah, I had this other thing. Let me find it. I've actually got a web page up. Can you show links on stream or no?
You can.
I kind of can.
He's been doing stuff, and I've been looking at Vendetta went.
I can do videos and stuff. Yeah, I can do. Yeah, I can show a link.
Because do you guys like Burnout? Any of you?
No,
Burnout Paradise.
I'm out of it. I've never played a Burnout game.
I've played every single one when they first came out.
Right.
How do you bring out a new Burnout? I saw they remastered Paradise recently.
There's a spiritual successor coming out to Burnout called Danger Zone 2, and it's out now.
No. Oh, have you seen Danger Zone?
No.
Danger Zone was horrific. Like, whether I was interested in it because it's like whether it's like from like original creators, original Burnout. I was like, let's check this out. Go to check out and like I watched Nurku play it, and it's absolute garbage. Like it's basically the the Burnout crash mode, where you just got to try and crash and do a lot of damage. The game is just basically just that, and it does it poorly. The physics are terrible, the graphics are terrible. It feels like a mobile game. It's set bad. So Danger Zone 2 isn't fulfilling me with confidence. Is there a video on it, or is it just saying that they're releasing it?
It's just an article.
I think stream's going a little bit doodaddy a tiny bit.
Yeah, I'm dropping frames a bit. I do apologise. But
okay.
Yeah. I was going to bring up a video of Danger Zone. It is horrific.
See, the only sort of racing game that I like was Grid. Simple. Never into Burnout. It's too silly for me to be a racing game.
But that's the fun part of it. It's just the silly fun part. Just like
it's just fun.
Yeah, I'm dropping frames all over the place.
I will say one thing. I will say one game that, like, I know you, Milk, and Brian, you have Wreckfest. I actually watched a stream of that the other day. It reminds me of like Flat Out Ultimate Carnage. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
Yes.
Heard of it?
That was absolutely piff. I don't remember much of it, but I remember playing it.
So what was piff?
And you don't like silly racing games?
I was a child.
It's not that old, Ryan. It only came out in like 2010.
Yeah, I'm still a child.
True.
In 2010, that's 8 years ago. That's mad.
Yeah, true.
That was mad, fam.
Yeah, it's mad fat. Oh. Sorry, Dave, you're so mad ginger.
Yeah, look at all the ginge.
Oh, there's gameplay with Danger Zone 2. It looks like they've actually made a race. Oh no, it looks like it is just a crasher again.
Yeah, I've got this thing here. Right. So, Ryan,
yeah,
you played Rainbow Six Siege.
I have played Rainbow Six Siege.
Milk has as well, and I have as well. Dave, I think, has very briefly.
Yeah, I played like
ages
beta.
ago. Yeah. So basically, Ubisoft.
Okay.
Back at it again.
Let me just put my seat up and get comfortable with this. I want to hear what Ubisoft's got. Probably shit.